Are you the one who's in charge of your actions, the things that you do, your behaviors? Or is it that little voice inside your head? Say that because, and I didn't realize this, and this is what mindfulness and paying attention helps you to do. I didn't realize that that little voice, that inner critic, was running my life until I learned how to listen to it and to choose if I wanted to, follow what it said or to make a choice that felt more aligned with my intuition and my gut. Another way of talking about our intuition and our gut is our wise mind, right? So is this that inner voice inside my head, or is this my wise mind that's talking to me? And mindfulness helped me to learn how to distinguish between the two. So our inner voice shows up because we have internalized all the external messages that we've been given and we've been hearing since we were children, right? Starts as a baby, we start internalizing all these messages that people around us have said about us, about life, about how things go. Society, the media, we take all these messages, we internalize them, and then it becomes our voice. And sometimes, especially if someone like me, like I've had a lot of anxiety, that voice can be pretty mean. And even if you don't have anxiety, your inner critic, your internal monologue sometimes can feel like a bully, and versus, your cheerleader supporting you on life's journey. When that voice is caught up in fear, it can feel really overwhelming and daunting and so loud that we don't know how to not listen to it. And I don't mean to just hear it. Like, we're going to hear it, but how much do we listen to it and let it affect us? I would often, like, my thought would be like, oh no, you can't do this thing. Okay. And then I wouldn't do it. And that's what I mean by it was in charge and it was running my life. Now sometimes it comes up and it's like, oh no, you can't. And I'm like, yeah, I can. Yeah, I think I will do this thing. And it's never like anything super risky or like out there. But that voice used to tell me that I could never go whitewater rafting. Well, I have. I wanted to go zip lining, but it was always like, oh, I don't know. That seems a little dangerous. Did that too. The idea of traveling alone, oh, that's just for other people. I could never travel on my own. Done it lots of times. I went to Chicago 5 years ago now. I used to have a fashion blog. And so I went to a conference, a blog conference for other beauty and fashion bloggers. I'm in Toronto, and we didn't have any, at that time, we didn't have any here. There was one happening in Chicago. I had been to Chicago. It was happening in Chicago, and I was like, I'm gonna go. I invited my best friend. She was gonna come with me, but then a work project happened and she couldn't. I still went. I didn't really know anybody that was gonna be at it. I kind of knew one person because we were in a Facebook group together, but I didn't know her. But I went. I had a great time. Explored the city on my own, attended the conference, chatted with a bunch of different people, did some shopping as I want to do whenever as I tend to do whenever I travel. It was great. It was the first time I had traveled on my own. And I did it after my accident, right? And I say that because I have a traumatic brain injury and sometimes I don't make the best decisions. And by that, I mean, I push myself too much. And that always ends up with me having migraines and vomiting. So like me traveling on my own, maybe not the best idea. And like, yeah, I'm just going to go explore Chicago on my own. I went to the Bean, as you do when you go to Chicago. I found somebody there who had a camera. I always find somebody with a camera because I figure you know how to use a camera. And if you have a camera, you're probably not going to steal my camera. Got them to take pictures of me next to the Bean. did touristy things. They had, something 360, and it was like I had to go up in a building and it tilts you, I think it was called Tilt 360, and it tilts you out so you're staring out into the street. Terrifying. I'm afraid of falling, not heights. This glass is super thick, still nerve-wracking. I did it. Did lots of things that my brain would have been like, no, 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 you can't do this. Alarms would be going off, right? Especially because it's like the fear around falling, even though I'm obviously perfectly safe, but the alarm bells would be going off, ding, 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 and it would tell me like, no, 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 you can't do this. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do it anyways. And that's what I mean about recognizing and like noticing who's in charge. And when we pay attention to our thoughts, we can recognize when it's like, oh, this is a dangerous situation, you should leave. And determining like, is this actually a dangerous situation? Or is this just my brain telling me it's dangerous? This is something that I share with my clients, and it's called the lion and the mouse. You come home from a hard day's work, you walk into your living room, and oh my goodness, there's a lion. Ah! Of course you're terrified because it's a lion. What's it doing inside my living room? Oh my gosh, this thing is gonna eat me. I better get the heck out of here, right? Adrenaline's racing, your brain is like, danger, danger, danger. Your heart's beating fast, your pulse, everything is all like the fight or flight is kicked in and it's telling you to get the heck out of there, right? Because you are in danger. There is a lion inside your living room. How did it get there? I don't know, but that's not the point. So there's a lion inside your living room, fight or flight kicks in, you got to get the heck out of there. You do, you call the zoo, whatever, the lion's now gone, everything's fine. 3 weeks later, you come home from a long day at work, you walk into your living room and you see a mouse. Oh my goodness, there's a mouse. And the exact same, I can't snap, the exact same physical response in your body that you had to the lion, you are now having to the mouse, because our body is primed for negativity and danger. And it's like, oh no, everything's wrong. This isn't right. Ah, we gotta run. But this time it's a mouse. It's not a lion. So you're not actually in danger. The mouse can't kill you and eat you like the lion can. But our brains in that moment are now caught up in fear. And so it doesn't recognize the difference between the two. And we're having the exact same fight or flight response that we had to the lion, to the mouse. And that's why we want to pay attention to noticing who's in charge. Because when that happens, when you see the mouse and the fight or flight kicks in, you're like, oh, wait, oh, my body is just reacting to, I mean, nobody talks to themselves the way I'm saying it now, but my body's just reacting to this situation because it's remembering that time that I was in the same room and I was actually in danger, but this time I'm not in danger. So everything's fine. I can just, and I can take care of this mouse. It's no big deal, right? Because we've recognized, oh wait, I'm actually in charge. My fight or flight and my thought isn't in charge. Me, I'm in charge. And I can come back into being in charge by recognizing what's going on, paying attention, noticing, oh yeah, this is what's happening. I don't need to listen to this right now because I'm not actually in danger. And that's, recognizing and asking, oh wait, what's happening in this moment? Who's in charge? Or who's trying to be in charge? And so noticing the thought, and like, oh, I can ignore this thought. Everything's fine, and I can continue on with my day. And we only can do that the more we practice mindfulness, the more we pay attention and be with our thoughts. And I show you more on how to do that. And I go through it inside my 7-day mindfulness meditation challenge, which you can sign up for free. I'll put a link to that below this video. Because we want to be in charge, us, not just our fear-based thinking. And so this is what mindfulness can help us to do. And inside the challenge, you will learn more about how to do that. And so you can sign up for that below. And until next time, take care. Bye.